Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my Game Week 2 League 1 score predictions. If you do go on to enjoy today's video, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well. If you are new, can we try and hit 150 likes on today's video? And don't forget to get your score predictions in down in the comment section down below. As always, I'll put all the fixtures in the description, so copy and paste it and just change it to the scoreline that you believe will come to fruition. Now, last week, I didn't get a single score right, but I got 5 results right, so I'm quite happy with that. For an opening game week to get nearly half of the results right, I'm pretty happy. I got the Luton versus Wimbledon match correct. I got Doncaster, Exeter correct, Huddersfield, Leyton, Orient, Plymouth versus Barnsley, and Wigan versus Northampton, but none of them was an accurate score. We'll start out firstly then with tonight's game between Vale and Cardiff. Very random time to have a Thursday night fixture between Vale and Cardiff, but in this one I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw. Obviously Cardiff started out their League 1 campaign with a home win against Peterborough. Vale obviously were defeated away at Rotherham, but looked much better with 10 men. Hopefully Darren Moore goes back to the team and formation that worked from last season rather than just completely changing it up and going far too light in the midfield. But I feel like away at Vale on a Thursday night with how young that Cardiff squad is, I don't think that'll be an easy match. Vale, first home match back in League 1. I'd back them to get something, so I see that one finishing as a 1-1 draw. Into the Saturday early kickoffs then. Firstly, we'll go to Peterborough United versus Luton Town. Now for me, I think this will be a pretty comfortable away victory. I'm going to back the Hatters for a 3-1 win. Obviously Luton started out their campaign with a 1-0 win at home to AFC Wimbledon. They were very hard to break down and it took them an own goal to get the 3 points, but at the end of the day, the 3 points is all that matters. Peterborough though went away to Cardiff, and I watched the first half of that game, and Peterborough were absolutely shocking, even though they went into half-time winning the match. I know going away to Cardiff isn't an easy place to go, but Peterborough just did look very poor. Sam Hughes is going to be out for quite a while as well, so I'm backing Luton Town for a 3-1 win in that one. I feel like with Peterborough, how they play, going to be very open, very expansive, and Luton's quality is going to shine through, so I'm going 3-1 to the away side. The other Saturday early kickoff then is between Reading FC and Huddersfield Town. This could potentially be an early promotion at 6-pointer, but I'm going to back the away side for a 2-1 win. Obviously, Huddersfield got off to a dream start. They're currently sat top of the table. They battered Leyton Orient 3-0 at home. As for Reading, they're obviously second bottom at the moment. They lost away to Lincoln City 2-0. Really poor performance on the whole, and yeah, I'm going to back Huddersfield Town for a 2-1 away win. AFC Wimbledon versus Lincoln City. I don't see there being loads of goals in that game, but I'm actually going to back the away side for a 1-0 win. Obviously Wimbledon down in 18th, they lost on the opening day away at Luton. Lincoln City, they're up in 4th after a 2-0 victory at home to Reading, and I just feel like there's not going to be many goals in there. Lincoln will just about manage to get over the line though, in my opinion, with a 1-0 win. Barnsley FC versus Burton Albion. I'm going to back the home side for back-to-back wins, and I'm going to think that they will win that game at 2-0. They're obviously sat in the automatic promotion places at this moment in time are Barnsley after a brilliant 3-1 win away at Plymouth. Now defensively, I'm a little bit concerned with obviously Jack Shepherd being suspended. Roberts set to miss quite a large period of time through injury, I think a hip and a groin injury at the same time, so that does concern me. We might hopefully see a couple of additions before this game. Burton obviously got off to a great start with a victory at home to Mansfield Town, but both of their goals were obviously from long shots, and apart from that I don't think Burton really created much clear cut. I feel like when you're going away to Barnsley, who've got a very good attack, I think Barnsley will come away from that game with a 2-0 win personally. Bolton Wanderers versus Plymouth Argyle. Obviously both of these teams didn't get off to the start that they wanted, but I'm going to back Bolton for a 3-0 home win in this game. Obviously Bolton lost 2-0 away at Stockport. I tried to watch the full game. I fell asleep at half-time, but the first half, Bolton was comfortably the better side in that game and just looked a little bit toothless, I'd say, at the top end of the pitch. As for Plymouth, obviously, they were at home to Barnsley, played really poor in that one. I think Peppel should hopefully be available for this one, because for your first game of a new season and not have a striker in the squad is absolutely criminal. Obviously both these teams are sat in the relegation zone at the moment, but Bolton, I'm feeling confident in them under Steven Schumacher that they will come good, and I'm going to back them for a comfortable 3-0 win. Exeter City versus Blackpool FC. Both of these teams not getting off to a great start to the League 1 campaign, but I'm going to back the away side for a 2-0 victory in this one. Exeter were absolutely battered away from home against Doncaster Rovers last week, and it actually only took a late penalty, dodgy penalty you could say, say as well, that meant Exeter didn't come away from that game with a point. So defensively, they do seem pretty solid, or maybe you could say Doncaster just weren't clinical enough on the day. But Blackpool scored a couple of goals against Stevenage, and the goals they conceded were pretty much all just individual errors. So I think they'll get back on track in this one. They'll get their first win of the season, and I think they'll win 2-0. Leyton Orient versus Wigan Athletic. Obviously, the O's currently sat at bottom of the table. Wigan won comfortably in their first game of the season as well, and I think they'll get another victory in this one. I'm going 2-1 to the away side. Leyton Orient, I just feel like always take a little bit of time to get up and running for the campaign. Wigan are coming off the back of a great win. They're sat third in the table. They could have scored 6 or 7 really against Northampton, so I'm going to back the away side for a 2-1 victory. Mansfield Town versus Doncaster Rovers. Both of these sides currently sat in and around mid-table, despite Doncaster winning and Mansfield losing on the opening day. But I feel like the team selection for Mansfield was wrong in the last one. Will Nigel Clough change it? I guess only time will tell, but as of right now I'm going to back Doncaster for a 2-0 away win. You look at the underlying numbers and stats from their game against Exeter, and it should have been 4 or 5 really, and I see them coming away from this one with a 2-0 win, and obviously back-to-back wins would be a great start to the campaign for Grant McCann's side. Into Northampton Town versus my team at Bradford City. Both of these sides again getting off to very contrasting starts to the campaign, and as a Bradford City fan, I don't expect us to win many away games this season, but I'm going into this game expecting to win. We've come off the back of a brilliant 2-1 victory at home to Wycombe. Northampton have come off the back of an absolute battering away at Wigan. I'm backing Bradford City for a 2-0 away win. Now, normally when I predict us to win, we never do that, but there's not going to be many away games this season where I think I will back us for all 3 points. Judging how well we played in that first half against Northampton, yes, we've got an injury or two that we've picked up since that game, but I think we should be fine coming into this one. Northampton, they're going to be low on confidence, and obviously we normally beat Northampton. We normally do really well at that ground, so I think we'll win 2-0 personally. Stevenage FC versus Rotherham United. The Steve Evans derby is what you could call that these days, but I think Alex Ravel's side will get a 2-0 home win in this one. Obviously Stevenage currently sat in and around those playoff places at this moment in time. They got a brilliant 3-2 win away at Blackpool on the opening day. Rotherham actually did win on the opening day as well, 2-1 at home to Port Vale, but Port Vale's team selection the first half was absolutely awful. The first goal that Rotherham score is absolutely brilliant, but how many times a season are they going to pull that off? And the second one is obviously just a big individual error from Marco Morosi. Obviously there'll be no Zach Jules as well for this game, so I think Stevenage will come away from this one with a 2-0 home win. I don't see many teams going away to Stevenage and picking up all 3 points. They're going to be hard to beat, hard to break down, and I'm maybe backing Stevenage as a little bit of a dark horse this season. And finally then we have Wycombe Wanderers versus Stockport County. Obviously the whole Richard Kone saga seems to be dragging on once again. He wasn't included in the matchday squad for Wycombe the weekend just gone by, but Mike Dodds sounds maybe a little bit more confident he'll be at least included in the squad this Saturday, but they looked awful in the first half against Bradford City. Second half they picked it up a little bit, but still for the whole looked very toothless. Stockport County thought were pretty poor against Bolton Wanderers, but they just got the job done, and they're never going to complain about beating a team like Bolton, who are obviously going to be a potential promotion rival. I'm backing Stockport County for a 3-0 away victory in this one. I feel like Wycombe look fragile defensively. Stockport obviously got a much better team than Bradford City, so I would expect them to be able to capitalise more on this Wycombe squad, and I think it's going to be back-to-back defeats for the home side and back-to-back wins for the away side. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there then for today's video. If you have enjoyed, please make sure to drop a like on there for me and subscribe to the channel as well if you are new. Can we try and hit 150 likes as I mentioned at the start of today's video? And don't forget to get your score predictions in down in the comment section down below. As always, the full fixture list will be down in the description, so feel free to copy and paste it and get your predictions in. Apart from that, have a great rest of your day. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all on Sunday for the Game Week 2 League 1 review.